安寧と調和が続く太平の大地。幸福への冷蔵庫として反逆の行政は近天に輝く。フェイト、グランドオーダー、コスモス・イン・ザ・ロストベルト、人知統合申告、シン。
Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Fate Grand Order. We're continuing through the Synchronized Intellect Nation S.I.N. Boy, that's an easy one to pronounce. Shame about every other thing in this one. We're doing a battle with, or in, or around, Qin Huwang. It looks like we're not actually battling him. We have an unknown servant. Let's bring you on our team. See whomst you are. Maybe it's that new thumbnail girl who looks all cool and stuff. Let's go with our just strong team. We'll bring up, you know what, we'll bring up you. Actually, no, let's do this. Let's give you your special essence, which is right there. And if we have a rider, we're gonna want to have a assassin. So let's go with you. Oh, look at this classic team. Right from the beginning, we've used this duo together. Feels good, man. We'll get you that. Got that. Got you there. That sounds good. I think we should be good with that. I mean, I guess I could switch you out with another 4-star set of assassins. Or, we could also do an alter ego, but we'll get you there. Sounds good, even though that's actually terrible for you. Let's give that a switch. Okay. Let's see what's happening. We got invited to cooperate with Qin Huwang, and we'll see what happens, because I feel like that's a bad idea, but we could also maybe use it for good. We'll see. Man, of all the ways for the Emperor to obtain immortality, that one just didn't even occur to me. Foo-foo! So after finding Nez's remains in the Shang Dynasty ruins, the Emperor must have worked out some sort of cybernetics breakthrough way back in the BC era. No wonder the technology in this Lostbelt is so topsy-turvy. So the Emperor must have abandoned the Zenren's aspirations and found a way to attain immortality another way. Yeah, Zenren? The Zenren were Taoist mountain sages, or hermits, if you like, who sought the eternal truth. They also perfected their bodies, thereby achieving eternal youth and life. In proper human history, the first Emperor of Qin attempted to become one such Zenren through an immortality elixir made with Chinese alchemy. But as it happened, repeated long-term use of this elixir only resulted in fatal mercury poisoning. Alchemy has always been a great deal more trial and error than success, no matter where it was practiced. But in this Lostbelt, the same Emperor must have given up on alchemy in favor of technology based on Neza. Well, Prince Neza's body was still created by a Zeren, but it's... there's no hair. That's not a Chinese sound. I shouldn't use that. So it's not as though that represented too big of a divergence from the path. But the decision to surrender human form and grant only the mind immortality could not have been made lightly. From there, the Emperor was able to stamp out all dissent in the rest of China and continue ruling the resulting empire at the height of its power. Conquering the rest of the world seems only a matter of course.
Yes, well, as a mage, you can't say I approve of that, but I am glad this Emperor turned out to be such a reasonable fellow.
Indeed, this was a most unexpected development. I never would have guessed that a Lostbelt's ruler would sever ties with its cryptid in favor of negotiating with us. That said, what do you make of the request to examine the Shadow Border in exchange? It's definitely a risk. I mean, we don't so much as tell the other Lostbelt factions that zero sailing is even a thing. The Russian and Scandinavian Lostbelts both seem to have their hands full with their own affairs. But China is different. Quite so. This empire is under the impression that the rest of the world is part of its domain, and that the storm is responsible for severing their ties to the rest of the land. They see the situation as an unprecedented disaster, much like we did with proper human history being wiped out of existence. I wonder what they do. Oh, frick, gotta read. I wonder what they'd think if they saw the world outside their Lostbelt. I think they'd be pretty mad. Yeah, their potential reaction is key. There are several Lostbelts, but only one Earth. It's a recipe for the biggest, crappiest game of musical chairs ever, since there's no way for all these different civilizations to coexist. Instead of existing in parallel worlds, they all have to fight to exist on the same Earth. So the Lostbelts that aren't preoccupied with just scraping by are eventually going to have to fight others if they want to expand their territory further. Did Karstarius say everyone's trees would be fighting? So the Cryptors, I mean Team A, are competing with each other at the same time they're fighting proper human history. Why would Karstaria choose this? We have insufficient evidence to come to any conclusions about his motive, so let us leave that aside for now. The salient point at the moment is that all the Lostbelts will eventually be competing with each other for survival. Right, and while proper human history may be at a disadvantage with all its territory gone, there's still one thing we have that the Lostbelts don't.
Of course, the Shadow Border. And because of that, we're still the only ones with the ability to zero-sail between Lostbelts as we please, but...
If one of the Lostbelts had the border, they'd have a serious leg up over the others, huh? Damn, I can't believe this Qin Huwang was thinking that far ahead. Indeed, although all of this assumes that China does indeed have all the other nations under its rule.
Once Qin Huwang ventures outside this Lostbelt, the first move they make will be to go to attack other Lostbelts rather than call here. This could be our big chance to swoop in while the other sides are weak from fighting each other and take the prize for ourselves.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Godolph. The outcome we need... Oh, I didn't give a read. We need to be concerned about is Qin Huwang gaining an overwhelming advantage thanks to the Shadow Border's technology, and going on to claim the entire planet as their own. Right. If that happens, we'll be responsible for creating the biggest threat to restoring proper human history ourselves, and there's no way to tell how it'll play out until we open the lid on this figurative Pandora's box.
So no matter what we do, we're taking a big risk.
There's also the possibility that we may become collateral damage when the Lostbelts begin to battle one another in earnest. Still, while we cannot rule that outcome out definitively, it's far enough away that we can worry about it later. In the meantime, our most pressing concern by far is finding an antidote. Oh right, we're poisoned. It's finding an antidote for Director Godolph and Mr. Tanner.
Yes, exactly, Holmes. I always knew you had a kind heart deep down underneath your gruff detective exterior.
Well, I guess we can't deny that Tubby here's in trouble. If they really do hand Koi and Sky over as promised, does that mean we'll have one less thing to worry about? Well, in one sense, yes, but having Koi and Sky as a prisoner will create other very serious problems. If anything, it only further raises the question of how we will go about settling matters in this Lostbelt. And then there's the fact we still can't find its Tree of Emptiness. Indeed. I was surprised to learn that not even Qin Huwang knew about it. Does that mean Hinako doesn't know either? What am I saying? Of course she does. I mean, it's her job as a cryptid to protect this world's Tree of Emptiness with her life. Quite so. Her behavior has been most peculiar from the beginning. Both Kadok and Ophelia had formed alliances with the Lostbelt's rulers and shared a goal to expand the territory in the future. But here in China, the only one who seems interested in territory expansion is Qin Huwang. It even seemed as though Akuta was trying to hold back Qin Huwang. Yeah, the only thing that seemed to interest her was wiping us out. That's true. I got the sense that she wanted to dispose of us before Qin Huwang started paying attention to the outside world.
I can't tell if she's being reactive or proactive.
Hey, so this might be too little too late now, but are we sure it's okay to talk about this stuff in here? I mean, Qin Huwang keeps an eye on all of China, right? How do we know the Emperor's not listening in right now? True, the thought of the Emperor peeping on us from low orbit is more than a little creepy. But the flip side of that is that's all the Emperor can do. We should still assume our heat signatures are visible even with a roof in the way. But as far as audio is concerned, the Emperor mentioned that the quality isn't good, and we can only be heard when we're looking up and raising our voices. I know, because I tried yelling a bunch of obscenities at the Emperor while I was in the cockpit, hehehe.
Well, that's what all that stuff about old geezers, cyberpunk ripoffs, and 80s leftovers was.
Anyway, having the Emperor constantly watching us at all times will get annoying, so I made this. What is it? A stealth module for your new Mystic Code. I tried modeling it off Robin Hood's No Face May King. Just think of it as a streamlined, portable, bounded field. That's amazing. When did you have time to make that? Thanks, but it's really not quite as impressive as it maybe sounds. There are a lot of stability issues and other kinks to work out. If the mana levels in the atmosphere are too dense, or it's really hot or really cold, it falls apart like a house of cards. So that means it'd be pretty useless in the other two Lostbelts we've seen. I see, but one considers how stable this Lostbelt's environment is, it becomes clear how useful such a module would be here. Oh, it also focuses on precision over area of effect, so it won't hide you from someone close by. But since we only have to worry about long-range spying here, it should work perfectly in this case.
What the? Did Shan Yang just lunge something at us?
Let's go check it out, Master. Yeah, what the heck was that? Oh, Benefaction. Our village got a Benefaction. Most glorious and majestic Heavenly Emperor wishes to thank you for your hospitality to our otherworldly visitors. Be grateful for his blessing. Thank you, most glorious and majestic Heavenly Emperor. Thank you. Oh, that was the girl. Never mind. Benefaction. I remember now. They said that's what those rockets are usually used to deliver. Man, they're so lucky. I can't wait till I'm a grown-up and can get Benefactions too. I mean, kids never get them? We do, but they usually don't work as well when you're little as when you're grown up. They sure don't for me. Say, want to try mine and see what they're like for yourself, mister? Here you go. It looks like medicine. Yep, clears your head out and makes you feel really good. It's like a dream come true. I don't know about this, Chief.
Is that so? Give it here.
Hey, Holmes. Rest assured, I'm not speaking solely out of personal desire. Don't you think such a drug is worth analyzing? I'm not going to put it in my pipe and smoke it, though I really want to right now. This could be some sort of technology unique to this Lostbelt that has no counterpart in proper human history. I see, so this Benefaction isn't money then? Of course not. I doubt this farming village even has a monetary economy. Then again, the fact we've seen so much agriculture would suggest some economic activity. What if their crops yield tremendous surplus every year without fail? Is that even possible? In our world, using methods of agriculture from which we are familiar, no, but things may work differently in this world. I took a look at the wheat they are growing, and it was like nothing I've ever seen. In fact, I can't even be certain it is wheat. All I can say for certain is that it has been heavily modified. Perhaps this seemingly primitive form of agriculture is actually far more advanced than we have been giving it credit for.
But even though these farmers don't have so much as a single tractor.
Perhaps their methods are so advanced they have no need for machines. Why don't you analyze the wheat along with that shady drug then? You just might learn something. I cannot say that the wheat is nearly as interesting as the drug. But now that we no longer need to look for Koyanskaya, I suppose I could spare the time. See, now I'm interested. Now that that's resolved, it's like, yeah, mysteries, let's go. Hey, isn't that Qin Huwang's? Hi there. The engineers just went on break. That vehicle's like your home away from home, right? I'm sorry you can't use it during your investigation. Are you finding everything to your liking in our camp in the meantime? Oh yes, it's very pleasant here. The air is so clean and fresh too. It's so nice to have a place outside our vehicle where we can relax. We really didn't have that in the other places we've been to. Foo-foo! I'm glad to hear it. Alright, I haven't introduced myself yet. Qin Liangyu, a general of the Empire. Qin Liangyu, You know her, Holmes? In proper human history, she existed about 400 years ago. She's famous in China for being the only female general in recorded history. That aside, the fact you are still alive in this day and age is a great surprise to us. Did Qin Huwang make you immortal too, by any chance? Of course not. I was just permitted to sleep in Mount Li after my accomplishment in the Bozou Rebellion. Here in the Empire, any warrior who makes a name for themselves is put to rest in times of peace, and is only awakened again when they are needed. So we employ cryogenic freezing. Then I assume there's no need to keep a standing army here? Was Xiangyu frozen in Mount Li too? Xiangyu? I see, so you call that thing Xiangyu too. That thing? No, that thing is just a valuable relic. It's one of most glorious and majestic Heavenly Emperor's most impressive accomplishments, which is saying a lot. It's both one of the cornerstones of this eternal empire and a monument to it. But as you can see, it's not a living soldier. You could say it's the ancestor to the mechanical army. So Qin Huang's army is composed of those dolls. You commanders from the past were unfrozen in order to lead them. Of course, I'm also told that the royal guards in Xiangyang are always assembled from soldiers of the current era. I've even heard that some elites have received instruction in sage arts from most glorious and majestic Heavenly Emperor in person. But Qin Huang has no need to keep a full army on hand at all times. The mechanical soldiers are more than sufficient, and the generals needed to lead them can always be summoned from their quarters in Mount Li. It's been a long time since I was frozen myself, and I'm also told there hasn't been any sort of disturbance for the last 100 years. So you're saying war has been eradicated from this world? Even when I was a young girl, war was only ever something I ever read about in history books. I mean, wars can only be fought between countries, right? But there haven't been any countries besides our empire for over 800 years. The only reason I took up my spear was to help put down revolts. Then Qin Huwang had achieved dominion over the world by the 13th century? We started implementing gunpowder well before any other country, so no nation was able to oppose us. That is true. China did get gunpowder way long before anyone else. The discovery of the Fusang tree was a great help too, as it helped us make huge leaps in our medical science. That sounds interesting, yeah. Wonder if we could use that for the poison. It's all thanks to most glorious and majestic heavenly emperor abandoning mortal flesh in favor of a holy undying vessel. Now, what's the Fusang tree? I'm told it's the embodiment of the sage's secrets, a treasure trove of hidden mystic wisdom. Others know it as the Tree of Life. Most glorious and majestic heavenly emperor discovered it while searching the sage world for the secrets to immortality. Does that mean Qin Shi Huang really did manage to become a sage? No, most glorious and majestic heavenly emperor had already achieved immortality through the holy vessel before discovering the Fusang tree. They say the emperor chose to remain in metal form rather than ascend to the heavens, because it was a better way to lead the nation. Still, it took over 300 years to complete the search, and it wouldn't have been possible without abandoning the shackles of mortality. In the end, the emperor decided to use the sage's knowledge of medicine to improve the people's lives. With all manner of disease, hunger, and pestilence eradicated, and all our soldiers' strength enhanced through elixirs, no other country's forces stood a chance against us. Sage art-based biochemistry, that reminds me. Isn't this a rather unnecessarily large plot of farmland for this number of residents? You think? I suppose everyone does have their hands full during the harvest. But the wheat grows on its own the rest of the time, so it doesn't seem like too much work to me. Is that so? I do beg your pardon. I merely thought that all this wheat might result in quite the surplus, given how many people live here. Perhaps you take more than half the harvest as form of taxation? Of course, everything the village can't eat is taken to Shangyang. I see. I suppose Shangyang must be an immensely populous city. No, not especially. Now I see. I take it wheat is still only grown for food in your world. Is that not the case here? Wheat is the key ingredient for ethanol, the Empire's most valuable source of energy. Aha! Well, don't I look like a proper fool? I was so taken in by appearances. This rather mundane-looking wheat field is actually used primarily for growing your fuel source. I did hear that the world you all come from has a completely different history from ours. I can only speculate, but I gather the world you come from must be a cruel and unforgiving place. Yeah, what makes you say that? Both you and that young lady are, I sure hope this doesn't offend you, but neither of you look as though you enjoy fighting. You have such kind eyes, so much I can scarcely imagine you in any quarrels to begin with. Woohoo! And yet that weapon that young lady carries looks to be so heavy and dense that even the most seasoned of our warriors would have difficulty handling it. What's more, I can tell she wields it as naturally as though it were an extension of her own body. That people such as yourselves have been forced to become adept at combat at such a young age, well, that says a great deal about how harsh your world must be. Dang. Dang, wow. What a perspective. Damn, looks like they're gonna party all night, huh? The Benefaction stuff must be some real good shit.
Indeed.
What's going on, man? This isn't like you. I thought you'd be all up in arms about, you know, these poor people dancing at the meager blessings their oppressors deign to bestow upon them or something.
Yes, perhaps under other circumstances I would, but seeing how happy they are right now, it is difficult to find fault in this.
That's how it is, huh?
It was the pain and starvation I saw so many forced to endure that first moved me to rebellion. They were treated like animals more than people. Their smiles in moments of hard-won victory and freedom were so fragile, so honorable. They were nothing like what I see here now. Now that I think of it, I've never seen anywhere so filled with joy and peace as this village.
Of course not. These sheep don't even know what war is, remember? Couldn't be further from our world.
I'd always hoped that the blood of my compatriots I shed would buy smiles like this. But I never dreamed I would truly get to see them. This world is too perfect for the likes of me.
Ain't that the truth?
Tell me, O Knight, are you sure we should even be here?
You effing kidding me? Why'd you even ask? You get along great with these people.
I know, but even so, something continues to feel off. I cannot help but wonder, do we heroic spirits truly have a place on the battlefields of these lost belts?
Wow. He was sipping the question juice, I guess. Senpai, are you up? Having trouble sleeping, Mash? Yeah, I'm afraid my nerves are still frayed from the battle we fought earlier today. I'm glad we survived thanks to Huwang interceding, but it was still too close for combat. Or comfort, sorry. Why don't we get some fresh air? Okay, thank you for joining me, Senpai. I see the villagers are still enjoying their festival. I guess these benefactions must be a huge cause for celebration. Holmes said he suspected it might be a luxury good, much like alcohol in our own world. The fact it's like a drug makes me a little nervous, though. Maybe our perspective is off there since we're used to Holmes's habits. Yeah. They really don't just explicitly say that he's like on the good stuff, but they hint at it. Also, them going on about drugs, it's like, yo, alcohol is a drug too, so it's no different. Anyway, it looks like they're going to keep the Shadow Border investigation going through the night. I hope Da Vinci will be okay supervising them. That leaves us with nothing to do for once. Yeah, feels like forever since we had last had free time to ourselves. This Lostbelt is really peaceful, isn't it? Which is weird for a place called S.I.N. Something wrong? Senpai, I've seen a world like this before. It was a world of possibilities united under a single ideal. Wait, are you talking about the Temple of Time? Yes, the King of Mages, Goetia, envisioned a history of humanity that was free from strife and suffering. I disagreed with him. There was something about a world completely lacking any pain or adversity that just felt wrong to me. But now the way people live here seems so close to that world, yet it's still rich with life and the scent of earth. These people aren't illusions. They're just as real as we are. But we're still this world's enemies. Yes, I know. Even after we take Koi and Skya into custody and secure an antidote, that won't be the end of it. We can't stop fighting until we find the Tree of Emptiness, cut it down, and prune this world away like it was originally meant to be. I know this is a rare chance to rest and relax, but when I think about that, I just can't get to sleep. It's been long since we've seen such a beautiful night sky. Master, get back! Oh, hi. It would seem I missed my chance. I thought it'd be easy to kill you under the cover of darkness. I underestimated those who have spent their lives dedicated to the art of war. Even if it would take no more than a single stroke of my sword, I cannot bring myself to sneak up behind and murder someone in cold blood as they admire the beauty of the night sky. Prince of Lanling, but we've called a truce right now. No, you and the Emperor called a truce. My master and I agreed to no such thing. As such, tonight, when everyone else had lowered their guard, would have been a perfect chance to end you, Master of Chaldea. Wow, we fight you a lot, huh? Ordinarily, I would like nothing more than for those moved by beautiful things to live out their lives in peace and happiness. But now that we have met as enemies that can never be, I had hoped to end you before I had any need for fear. Forgive me for my incompetence. Did you really think it'd be that easy, servant? Qin Liangyu, did you honestly believe I would fail to protect our allies in a moment perfect for assassination? Perhaps a true assassin would have been able to elude me, but you, not a chance. Warriors like you are meant to cross swords on the field of battle, not skulk around in the dead of night. Your master must be grossly ignorant of war to send you on a mission so badly suited to your abilities. Silence, I will not suffer any insult to my master. Still, now that I have heard such insolent remarks, I need feel no guilt for drawing my sword. For that you have my thanks, General. Just out of nowhere with the fight, huh? Huh, okay. This is strange. But it still feels like war. Like, this actually feels like a chapter where you're doing a war with people. With repeated skirmishes, right? So I kind of like that. Home of the end of the world. Decrease a oh, well, she has no Noble Phantasm. Decrease a single enemy's critical strength when attacked. Recover all allies' HP when critically attacked. Huh. Interesting. That's very interesting, actually. Okay. Well, we'll see how that works. Yeah, because she has no Noble Phantasm, which, like, kind of sucks, actually. But she's human, right? She's not a servant. At least that's what we think right now. You're done. Okay. And let's go... a little bit of this to start. Just get it. Get your stuff, dude. Yeah, get them sea stars. Nice. I wonder if it can work for that last hit, too. Okay, and let's go... 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. We can get a starting Noble Phantasm off, which will be nice. Actually, let's go like this here. Don't get a crit. Thank you. Cool. Alright, here we go. Yeah, he do be there. With pretty low HP, all things considered. Let's do this. Okay. Dang. It's all for yourself. Yeah. It's not very useful for us. That's okay. Start with this. Get your meter and also get some stars. Nice stuff. Ah, no, not invincible. We don't have anything to break invincible. Darn it. Well. Let's do this here. At least we got double Noble Phantasm now. Wow. Oh yeah, because it hurts you a lot, huh? Okay. Oh, frick. How many turns is it? Isn't it like 3 turns of invincible? Well, it's only 2 left, so... if I were to go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll get a... okay, might as well, because you're buffed up right now, so let's use it while we can. Even if we're just using it to get sea stars. That's okay, because actually, he is pretty low HP, so... and we have the Noble Phantasm strength up too, right? Yeah. Nice. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot of stars. Yeah, retreat, please. Thank you. Let's go. You know, let's use that. And then let's go like this. Yeah. Because that'll kill them and then break your gauge. Okay. Nice. Oh, what's he doing? Just critical rate up, that's it? Okay. We can suck it your meter away. Nice. Okay. Do some of this. Yeah, get them crits. Yeah! That's what we're here for. Okay. I'm gonna evade with you. Oh, right, but yours is like a buff, so it's not gonna be super worrying, but I'm gonna do it anyways, just so that we can get you to survive. Pop that on just in case. And let's just go... You know what? Let's go 1, 2, 3. Alright. Alright, do your mask thing. Okay, that is not... The only problem is it gets rid of Gil's meter there. That's the biggest problem. So let's go... do some of this. Pop these, why not? So we got some big hits with him. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Let's hope that last hit does some big stuff. Crit. Ah, that's okay. It still did a lot. Stop with the big invincibles. Okay. Alright. Like nothing we can really do here, because we just gotta wait for him to get out of being invincible. We can pop a stun support, hopefully. And... sure, why not? Enjoy. Just so that we can get some bigger stuff. Oh, it's only 2. That's good. Alright. Well, you're done. You're done. Nice.
I am the bone of my soul. I'll made what?
Man. Shoutouts to having good archers. Was good in the last one and is good in this one. Alright. I know there's some people who might be saying like, oh, why are you even using Emiya? He's max bonded, it doesn't matter. Well, to that I say, I like him, and I'm saving those bond grails for Saber. I've stalled long enough. Any chance you had a victory is gone, Prince of Landling. Oh? Oh, frick, I was trying to think of the voice and I lost the text. Qin Liangyu speaks the truth. Nighttime though it may be, even we at such remove cannot help but notice such tumultuous commotion. We trust you can hear our voice, Akuta Hinako. Oh, it is super windy. I gotta go do something. Man, see, this is why I don't live stream, because there's a massive windstorm outside and I had to go lock up all the doors to make sure that they don't rip off. I gotta do pre-recorded videos. It's just how it is. We trust you can hear our voice, Akuta Hinako. What do you have to say for yourself? Oh, she here? Oh, she was here. Akuta, I know you may not understand right now, Your Imperial Majesty, but I promise that everything I've done has been for the prosperity of your empire. Is that so? Then it would seem you indeed have no intention of honoring our wishes. Now then, what to do with you? We doubt the thought of beheading you would be enough to cow you. No, if we are to punish you, then we must take something else away. Uh-oh, she's worried. Ah, yes, I know. Come here. Kuaiji Zero. Oh, is that your name also? You summoned me, Your Imperial Majesty. Xiang Yu? We did. Rip your core out of your chest and smash it to pieces immediately. What? Why? As you wish, Your Imperial Majesty. Wait, please wait. I'm sorry, please, anything but that. Why are you so freaked out? Ah, so you are able to plead for forgiveness. You must be quite attached to that machine indeed. Akuta? Please have mercy, I swear. I will serve you faithfully from this moment onward. I'll do anything you ask, anything at all. Just please spare his life. Why are you so freaked out? We will hold you to your word, Akuta Hinako. Know that the only reward for defying our will is far worse than any mere death. Yes, your Imperial Majesty, I swear. I will never go against your wishes again. Well done, Qin Liangyu. You need not concern yourself with that woman any longer. Understood, your Imperial Majesty. Lord Tanner, I suggest you return to the camp and retire for the night. Senpai? Yeah, let's go, Mash. Okay. Oh, this is... Why is she so freaked out? I must ask you once again. Yes? Who is this Xiang Yu you speak of? To answer that, I'll need to tell you another very different story first. The one where the Emperor died before obtaining the Holy Vessel? That's right. After the Emperor passed, the quest for immortality was seemingly buried with him. You were no exception, as you were kept hidden away in the secret Kuaiji laboratory. But someone found you and reactivated you, a man by the name of Qin Liangyu. He went on to become one of the many people attempting to rule China for himself after the decline of Qin. Then in this history, I fell into rebel hands. Qin Liangyu wanted to use your superhuman abilities to further his own ambitions, so he gave you his surname of Xiang, the first name Ji, and the courtesy name of Yu and presented you as his nephew, despite knowing you were not actually human. True, I was only given my current combat frame long after I was first activated. My original chassis was entirely humanoid. No one ever suspected Qin Liangyu was lying. The thought simply never occurred to them. The Emperor had based you on Tai Zenren's creation. A machine as advanced as you was beyond anyone's imagination at the time. Then, I was treated as a person rather than a device. Given your appearance, no one had any reason to suspect you were anything other than human, regardless of how exceptionally skilled you may have been. In time, future generations would come to know Xiang Yu as one of China's greatest warriors. Yet none of them would ever know your true identity, nor how you were made. Something is amiss with your claims. If this Xiang Liang's person kept my origins and the truth of my creation a secret, how did you come to learn the truth? Who are you really? I am just a drifter. One who came to this Lostbelt solely to be reunited with you, my beloved Lord Xiang Yu. Huh? Huh? Okay. That's weird. I have some ideas. Is she a servant? I wonder if she's a servant. That'd be strange, though. Is she maybe a demi-servant? I don't know. We'll have to see. Land of Peace. All right. Wow, no battles, huh? Huh. All right, Land of Peace. Boy, this one's going by weird fast. Ah, sounds like you had quite the evening. Peculiar though this may be, it does present another piece of the puzzle. Unfortunately, it does nothing to make the larger picture any easier to see. We know that the Cryptor's first priority is defending their Tree of Emptiness. And yet Akuta has not told this Lostbelt's king of the tree's importance. Furthermore, she moved to eliminate us entirely on her own discretion, only to end up swearing allegiance to King Huwang the instant Xiang Yu's life was threatened. I was taken aback to see Akuta acting so aggressively when we first came to this Lostbelt, but seeing her so scared and flustered was just painful more than it was surprising. I guess I really didn't know anything about her back when we were both at Chaldea.
Yes, about who she was at Chaldea.
Holmes and I did a little poking around the data we managed back up from the server, and her entire background reeks of falsified records.
Indeed, I had to practically hold my nose as we picked apart her disguise. Disguise? Even though she was a member of Chaldea's staff?
Let's see. Imagine her profile as a painting that's been thoroughly, methodically airbrushed to erase any trace of the original painter.
Correct. There was not a single errant brushstroke, so to speak, to be found anywhere.
Anyone who has lived an ordinary life will inevitably leave behind a bit of useless information about him or herself along the way. And yet there was nothing of the sort to be found in Akuta Hinako's data. It was as though her entire life story was designed to pull the wool over someone's eyes. You mean like a perfect alibi? Precisely. That is just the sort of interjection I was looking for, my dear Watson. So the fact that nothing in her personal information is strange also means nothing in it is real? Yep. There's basically nothing even remotely human about her background. And even that's not the only obviously suspicious thing we ran across. According to her profile, Merceberry Atmosphere brought her to Chaldea, supervised her aptitude test, and oversaw her periodic health exams and interviews personally. It seems every bit of data about her was submitted with his authorization codes. No one else's. The first director? Just the fact that he handled it all alone is one hell of a red flag for security. I'm just looking outside. I can literally see, like, the windows shaking right now. This is not fun. It'd be easy to falsify any data he wanted, considering his position.
Be that as it may, if Caldea's original director was the one who manipulated her profile...
Yeah, if a guy that high up on the food chain had something he wanted to keep secret about her, we're pretty much shit out of luck. How did Akuta end up at Chaldea in the first place? Did she actually have enough race-shift aptitude to be chosen for Team A? For that matter, who the hell is she, really? At this point, I don't know what to believe. Indeed, everything we thought we knew about Akuta Hinako's personal information is suspect at best. It wouldn't really be a stretch to imagine she might have a different goal from the other cryptors. Obviously not. What's more, this goal is evidently more important to her than protecting her Lostbelt and preserving her relationship with its king. One might think eliminating us would be our first priority, but as we've seen, even that is secondary compared to her concern for Xiangyu, another figure about whom we know next to nothing. It looks like that name only means anything to those of us from proper human history. In this Lostbelt, he appears to go by something else. I think he was called Kuaiji Zero. Kuaiji, Well, a quick database search suggests the area has some significance for Xiangyu. It's where his uncle, Qin Liangyu, started his revolt against the Qin Empire after the Emperor died. You could say it's where Xiangyu began his career as a warrior. Regardless of who Xiangyu might be in this world, the fact remains that he belongs to this Lostbelt. So I cannot fathom why Akuta Hinako, who, though nothing else we know about her is certain, comes from proper human history, would care so deeply about him as to abandon her other goals.
Well, that was pretty straightforward. She must have fallen in love with him at first sight. The more foolish the woman, the more likely she is to chuck everything away for such silly notions.
Careful, Gordy. You're gonna lose any goodwill you might have built up with your female staff.
Bah! The only woman here is Mash, you borderline Lolita.
Well, I was certainly disappointed. Wow. Well, I was certainly disappointed by what you said.
What? Wait, really?
Now, do try to stay on topic. We still have a mountain of problems that need solving. Alright, we still need to talk to the people who are going to be less than pleased about this. Even if it is only temporary, I can't believe I have to pretend to be nice with that Emperor. Just the thought makes me sick. Yeah, sounds about right.
Negotiate? Out of the question. The tactic plays right into the oppressor's hands. Do not be fooled, detective. They will tell you whatever their weak wish to hear and pressure you into swearing allegiance with only the pretense of your consent at best.
Given the urgency of Mr. Tanner and Grodolf's condition, I'm afraid we have no alternative. At a minimum, I would like to maintain our truce with King Huwang until Koyan Sky is securely in our custody. If we could prolong it until Akuta Hinako is out of the picture, so much the better. Whatever her reasons for doing so may be, Akuta Hinako remains fiercely determined to eradicate us. So much so that she tried to assassinate Mr. Tanner in the dead of night against Qin Shi Huang's wishes. Obviously, Akuta and Qin Shi Huang aren't exactly BFFs at the moment, but we can't be sure that will last since there's still a lot we don't know about their relationship. There's every possibility that she may yet convince Qin Shi Huang to take her side in all this.
What about defeating Qin Shi Huang and cutting down the Tree of Emptiness before Music and Master fall victim to this accursed poison? Should that not be our first priority?
Well, then we can't get the antidote. Listen closely, Spartacus. At this moment, making an enemy out of all the Empire would only lead to our disaster. Right now, Koyan Sky is a wildcard who could wreak havoc no matter where she is or whose side. Also, we need the antidote. If we don't have an antidote ready to go by the time we face off with Qin Huwang, it'll all be over before it begins. All the Emperor would have to do is kill Koyanskaya, and Mr. Tanner would be saddled with the poison's deleterious effects for the rest of his life.
Let's not forget that my own life would be tragically shortened.
Yes, ultimately, we need to destroy the Tree of Emptiness and erase this Lostbelt, and to do so, we will inevitably need to face and defeat Qin Shi Huang. So bear in mind that any amicable oh my god! Why can't I speak today? Any amicable relations we appear to have now are a strictly temporary state of affairs. So you want us to pretend to be friends until we can attack when the Emperor least expects it, right? Yeah, that's fine. Hell, I used to ask Agravain for advice with that sort of sneaky shit all the time.
I refuse. Acquiescence is the first step to allegiance, and allegiance inevitably leads to subservience. My master must never side with oppression, but always rebel against it. He should rebel against pain, rebel against suffering, and ultimately triumph by rebelling against destiny.
Get the goddamn stick out of your ass, would you? We're playing the long game here, lunkhead. The important part is that we get to destroy the Empire in the end. So why don't you just think of all the rebelling you're gonna get to do later on as a prize for all the restraint you gotta show now? I mean, you love repressing your own shit, right?
Are you all truly willing to go along with this?
When I tried to assassinate the Emperor before, I lost the moment I focused on something other than killing itself. But I'm not the one leading the attack this time. I get that Tanner has his own way of fighting. I know it's a lot to ask. Well, there's nothing I can do if you're going to plead at me with that helpless look on your face. I mean, you're just now realizing how hopeless your chances are against Liangyu, right? It's getting stuffy in here with so many of us present. I think I'll step out for a bit of fresh air. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, Holmes just winked at me, Senpai, and Jinkei. What's going on? Are you saying we're going to abandon them and go do it ourselves? What is it, Holmes? Is there something else you wanted to talk to us about? I thought it'd be best if Spartacus were absent for this next part. I trust you to retain your cool, Miss Jinkei, but let me remind you to refrain from raising your voice. As long as we whisper, Qin Shi Huang should be unable to hear us. I've mostly finished my analysis of the Benefaction drug, and it's beyond anything I could have imagined. Its psychotropic effects are secondary at most. Its true purpose lies in boosting the immune system, or perhaps I should say, enhancing it to an unfathomable degree. And despite its potency, there are almost no negative side effects as long as one condition remains unmet. It is well beyond what modern medical science could achieve. In fact, I doubt even magecraft from proper human history could create a drug so effective. It is something that could only be made here in a Lostbelt where pharmaceuticals and biochemistry are entirely based on sage arts. Now I see. It's mass-produced elixir. They just hand out something that amazing to every citizen during every major celebration? Indeed. And as a result, illness and disease have been entirely eradicated. I doubt any of the people have had so much as a cold since they were born. And it's a real, actual panacea. Hold on, what's the condition that needs to go unmet for this to work? Yes, that would be old age. Once a person's hormonal secretions have reached a certain level, this drug functions as a lethal anesthetic. I estimate it to be at least several thousand times more potent than pentobarbital. I don't know what that is. Hang on then, wouldn't that mean... Now I see, I thought it was strange that we hadn't seen a single elderly person here. This is no unintended side effect. It's quite clear that this medicine was designed to work this way. Designed that it really is poisoning everyone who takes it? So when someone's body secretes a certain amount of hormones, in other words, once their body is aged to a certain point, they just die? Correct. From our perspective, distributing a drug like this is no better than mass murder. Still, a case can be made from a Buddhist perspective and how it views the four inevitabilities of human life, namely birth, aging, disease, and death. If one considered both old age and illness equally undesirable, one could say this medicine protects you from the pain of the former and the latter at once. I cannot say if every world, under all possible conditions, would eventually arrive at these ethics at pharmaceutical science, but the wheat grown here has been extensively genetically modified into something extraordinary. Its resistance to disease, its yield, everything about it stands leagues above its natural counterpart in proper human history. With a crop like this, one could live their entire life without ever knowing hunger. And if you never had to worry about food, you'd probably never think to take it from someone else. There's no economy here. No division between the rich and poor exists. We've all seen for ourselves how ignorant they are of war and violence. It seems that life here is as far removed from the suffering one might expect in our world as it is possible to imagine. And when their life has run its course, the drug puts them to sleep permanently, well before they can begin to feel the pain of old age. I dare say that, if nothing else, this world has done a frighteningly effective job at removing pain and suffering from people's lives. But that's no way for people to live. They're practically being kept alive as livestock. So this is how Qin Huwang, how that dictator decided to solve humanity's suffering, makes sense. No way a leader who abandoned their own humanity would in turn treat their subjects like people. As far as making a decision between this Lostbelt and proper human history, Spartacus claimed that we should fight to determine which should be allowed to survive. If hearing that gave you pause, I would urge you to give the matter more thought, keeping what you know now about this benefaction in mind. In this world, the definition of a happy human life is exceedingly simple. Seeing as you will need to make this choice sooner or later, I think it best I suspend my usual behavior, in fact, in favor of full disclosure. Allow me to share with you some speculation. Do keep in mind that this is not a deduction, but rather a bit of conjecture on my part. Holmes? This relates solely to one question. Namely, why did the spirit origin graph fail to work with this Lostbelt's ley line? You think it has something to do with this medicine? That may not be directly related, but it does support my current hypothesis. Heroic spirits have always been one side of Alea, mankind's collective unconsciousness. They're defined foremost by their purpose to protecting humanity. While there may be many different methods and conditions involved in the summoning of servants, the one thing they all have in common without exception is responding to the summoner's prayer. However, there is not a single person in the world who had the empathetic need to pray for something. And if such a world had flourished unabated for hundreds of years. Right, then it wouldn't be at all surprising if that world lost its connection to the throne of heroes entirely. For that matter, there wouldn't even be any heroic spirits in that world, just like there aren't any here. After all, every hero who might be needed to fight someday, like Qin Liangyu, is still alive. So this Lostbelt is a world that has no need for heroic spirits at all? Can you imagine a person wishing fervently for anything in a world free from hunger, pain, and suffering, Miss Curie-Light? I know I certainly cannot. Indeed, it only makes sense that servants would never appear in a world where no one wishes for anything. Thanks for telling us this, Holmes. Whatever doubts I might have had are gone now. I will do everything in my power to take Qin Huwang down and put an end to this disgusting regime. As long as I get there in the end, I don't care how far out of our way we have to go. So right now, let's focus on curing Tanner. Now that I know where I'm going, I can't wait. I can wait as long as it takes. Thank you, Jinkei. This is interesting. This is intriguing for sure. Progress report? Oh, we should finish a complete scan of the vehicle's interior by morning. Good. Be careful not to overlook anything. Remember, the future of the Empire rests on your shoulders. Yes, ma'am. I'll go see how things are outside. The Shadow Border. The product of a world entirely different from ours, huh? Because the moon does not know how to drink, my shadow merely follows the movements of my body. The moon has brought the shadow to keep me company a while. The practice of mirth should keep pace with spring. What was that, young man? Oh, that's called a poem. A guy named Li Bai wrote it a long time ago. Who taught you that? Well... Uh-oh. We see Qin Liangyu's investigation is proceeding smoothly. It feels good to have so much data moving among our circuits. You think we'll be able to analyze that otherworldly device, Your Imperial Majesty? Who do you think we are? This holy vessel's full calculation capabilities can easily handle a single vehicle. Or so we thought. This is amazing. How could they fit so much functionality into these dimensions? It's hard to believe what we are seeing. Forgive the intrusion, Your Imperial Majesty, but there's something you should know. What is this about? The children in this village are reciting poems. You're kidding. When I asked them about it, they said they learned them from Chaldea. We see, then Chaldea are Confucians. Yeah, Your Imperial Majesty, this is undoubtedly the work of Confucianism. Wow. Wow. Poems, huh? Poems are our downfall? Dang. Okay. Morningstar Rebellion. Okay. Well, I wonder if we're fighting what's-his-face. Nope. Give me the foreigners. Thank you. So we got that, and let's go grab another foreigner. Boop, 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 boop. You're there. We'll give you probably dive to blue. Where's that? Right there, dive to blue. We'll switch you out for up there. That'll be good. You'll help out. Da 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 da. We can switch you out with you're good for just a bunch of stars. And you can, you know what? Yeah, we'll switch you out to there. There we go. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Well, let's see what we're gonna face. Emergency, emergency. Spartacus is no longer with us. What?
What?
Yeah. Whoa! That's not all. A number of villagers have gone missing as well. The ones who remained said they saw Spartacus leading villagers toward the capital.
What? If the Emperor says that, he'll think we're leading a rebellion. What is this wrong with that muscle-bound moron? How could he do this?
Hey, Berserkers ain't exactly much for thinking or planning. Spidey's just being true to himself. Hell, he couldn't change who he was even if he wanted to.
Oh, do something, Tanner. Did your records mention him obeying that Roman? If you can listen to her, he can listen to you.
That was between Nero and Spartacus, not me.
What's with that knowing look? Are those command spell of yours just fancy tattoos? Go and use one already, you fool.
This may be the moment of truth, Mr. Tanner. Forming a contract with an unruly berserker inevitably means using command spells to keep them in check. You may not care for that idea, but it's something you will need to come to terms with sooner or later. That's like the first time, huh? Yeah, it's frankly miraculous you've come this far without ever having to force your servants to obey. I would like nothing more than to respect your wishes, but I'm afraid... Hold up. Mordred? You're not gonna make Sparty toe the line just by forcing him to stop with a command spell. All that'll do is just root him in place. So please, Master, whatever you do, don't use a command spell on him. If you do, he might end up forgetting his whole reason for leaving the throne to come here to help. Foo-foo. You let me handle him, Master? I'm sure I can convince him to stop. How might that be? How'd you think? By beating the ever-living shit out of him? You see, it's his legs and stuff that's keeping him going. As long as those are telling him to fight, this is not going to stop for anything. So we just hit him so hard that his knees give out. Then he'll get through his thick skull or knees at the battle's over.
Are you quite certain that would be better than using a command spell?
Positive. I'll give you the Mordred guarantee. I confess that even I cannot see the logic here. What do you think, Mr. Tanner? This is ultimately your decision to make. Yeah, I'm counting on you, Mordred. Plus, those command spells don't come cheap. Hell yeah, don't worry, I've got this. Woo-hoo! I'll go with you. I think I may be partly to blame for the villagers' decision to join them. Are you sure, Miss Jinkei? Wouldn't you rather be leading the way with him? Truthfully, yes. I honestly kind of envy him getting to materialize as a berserker. Does he throw caution to the wind and do whatever he feels like in a given moment? No, because even though he's a berserker, he's got such a good master. As a heroic spirit myself, I can't help but feel a little jealous at that. Nessa, hold down the fort. Border's our lifeline here, so make sure you don't let anything happen to it. Leave it to me. I await your return. Okay, everyone, let's go bring Spartacus and the villagers back. I'm actually surprised that it's not like... I'm actually surprised. Like, it's not Xiangyu. Hey, Spartacus, you sure about this? I thought we were supposed to leave our villages... We weren't supposed to leave our villages' fields.
Yes, I'm sure. No system, no ethics, no laws can ever stop one from walking about freely. One's path always lies ahead of wherever your own 2 feet take you.
I don't know, we were taught that Heavenly Emperor gave us those fields as a gift of love.
The authorities wish to call their oppression love, and it is only right you return the love in the form of rebellion.
I don't think I understand.
No matter, you will come to understand as we continue our walk. Now to the oppressor's capital!
A capital where Heavenly Emperor lives, huh? Come to think of it, I heard it's got something called art. Art? Is there anything like the poems Jinkei's been sharing with us? I want to hear lots more poems. I want to see what the capital looks like, too.
Well said, then let us be on our way, singing songs of liberation all the while.
Hold it, hold it. Do you really think we're going to let you do this, you freaking dumbass? Don't you think it was a touch rude just to wander off without so much as a goodbye?
If there is an antidote for Tanner that concerns you, rest assured I will bring it back after seeing those responsible brought to justice. If you doubt I am doing the right thing, then merely sit around and wait my return. I must give this Huwang oppressor the firm embrace he deserves. I already know the Emperor is at Xiangyang. All that remains is to continue onward until I reach his great oppressor.
Stop, Spartacus, please.
I can understand why you have doubts, Master Tanner. After all, you have yet to attain real strength for yourself. All the more reason why I must go, to show by example what true justice is. As such, I will not hesitate to crush anything that stands in my way with true rebellious love.
Yep, I knew it. He ain't gonna listen to a word we say. Yep, down for my genius plan. If he won't listen to reason, we'll just have to beat it into him. Come on, Spartacus. See me hash things out. Just do the fight. Do the fighting, I guess. Well, the wind's died down. My tea, well, apple cider. It's real good. Okay, Boss Spartacus, huh? All right. Let's start with fear and defense down. Nice. Pop on getting meter. And I'm going to start with, do this for now. And, oh, I can't use that for 3 turns now. Every day it goes up. Oh, that's kind of neat, actually. It's true, every day it goes up. That's kind of neat. I think that's a cool gameplay system. Wow, that does not give a lot. Aha! Okay, let's go. Decrease charge by 1 and decrease attack. Sounds good. Okay, and let's go. Yeah, we'll just do this with you. Give this a shot, see how much we can do. Hey, he has a sword. Does he count as a saber? Please? Please, that'd be nice. Okay. Let's go pop this on. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Nice. Got to 100. We lost the critical up though for the Noble Phantasm. That's fine. Let's do a full combo with you. Though I think you should be good with it. Let's see here. We'll see here. I'm also going to get that up with you. So yeah, let's go 1, 2, 3. We'll see how much we do. Let's see, how much are we at? Okay, yeah. Should be enough with if this crits. Ah, it's gonna be close. Yeah, we did it. Okay, what's his break gonna be? Strength up, mental debuff immune. Okay, alright, well, let's do this. Let's pop the suit up. Okay, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Do as much as we can. I don't know what that means. Ether space but lawful. What does that mean? Will we ever learn what that means? I know there is a Saber Wars 2, so maybe there, but... Okay. Okay, don't kill Mash, because I need her for her thing to get the big meter. Do some of this. Because, hey, full combo. Okay. Bust her up. Oh, yeah, tiny heal. Okay, so now we're gonna do this. Ooh, that's a lot of meter loss, but that's fine. Do some of this. We'll see how much we get. Because I know his is a single target, so... It's been a while since I've seen what it is, though. Oh, never mind. Never mind, I was just super wrong. Wow. Okay. That's fine. In fact, I actually don't think I've ever seen it. For some reason, I thought it was just him getting big and buff. Whoops! Okay. Well, that's okay. He's nearly dead anyways. So let's just pop this on. You're gonna probably die anyways still, but that's fine. Wow, huh. Ah, well, I see. We got this, though. Okay, hello, Lancelot. Are you gonna lance a lot? Okay, let's try do a ton with you. Okay, so let's go. Let's do some of this, try and get that meter for a big super with you guys. Great. Okay. Well, we should get it if we pop on his thing here. Yeah, so let's go pop that. So we're gonna do yeah. Okay, we're gonna go red, red, red. Let's try this. Yeah, because then we'll proc his guts here, and then you'll kill him with a final slash. That's a lot of damage. Nice. Oh, it's only a 1. Look, we fought guys with guts that refilled their full HP. A 1? Poof. Poof, 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 I say to thee. Okay, well, we're in the fields and we're battling him and... Huh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting combo. Well, honestly, for my sake, let's stick with another foreigner. So we got that. But let's maybe switch out you then for... Miss Big Hitty. We'll bring her up. Yeah, we'll try that there. We'll try that, because honestly, Mash ain't doing a ton. So we'll try that. We'll try that. Okay. God, I miss defensive Mash. God, Mash probably misses defensive Mash. Mordred, I thought you said you were going to make his knees give out or some such. Yeah, what of it? His knees aren't giving out at all. If anything, hitting him's only getting him more fired up. Honestly, it's kind of creeping me out. Now what? I know it's so much fun, right? He's got the will to fight out the wazoo. I knew it. You're actually a berserker too, aren't you?
What a thrill, this adversity, this pain. I can feel indomitable strength welling up within me.
You can do it, Spartacus. Where's Spartacus and the others arguing again? Beats me. If this keeps up, you won't last much longer, Master. I'm glad Sparty and Mo are enjoying themselves. Please be careful, Master. They've already got a 38 degree... You've already got a 38 degree Celsius fever. Stop, stop. This is no time for fighting. We have an emergency. Foo-foo-foo! Nessa? Oh? And Fu, what are you two doing here? What's going on? You're supposed to be keeping watch. Qin Liangyu betrayed us. She stole the border. Holmes told me to keep this thing safe. The Spirit Origin Graph? Then they really did take the border. What the hell? You just let them waltz in and steal our home base? How'd you let that happen? Stop it, Mordred. Nessa wanted to stay and fight it just as much as you would have. But Holmes decided it was more important to make sure the Spirit Origin Graph stayed with Tanner.
Indeed. I imagine the enemy must have used the Shadow Border itself as a shield. A common tactic of oppressors to respond to rebellion is destroying what the rebels wish to protect.
What are you being so calm for? I thought you were all worked up. Foo-foo. Unfortunately, we can't use the Spirit Origin Graph by itself in this Lostbelt. Without the land's ley lines responding, there isn't enough electricity to power it. I'm afraid not. Losing the border really is a tremendous blow. Even Da Vinci's tricks had to be performed inside it to work. Huwang, can you hear me? We can. This entire land is our garden. No noise or tumult within escapes our notice. I thought we had a deal. Indeed we did. And were we a god, our word would be absolute. However, we are not a god but human and ruler of this land. It is only natural that we would value our nation over a bargain. Thus, now that we know you are a threat to our people, we have no compunctions about taking your shadow border and wiping all of you out. A threat? What do you mean? Did we do something to the villagers? We see. So you are either oblivious or unconstrained. Then you lot truly are disciples of Confucius. Now I get it. 2,200 years later, and you haven't changed a bit. No, if anything, you've gotten worse. What do you mean, Jinkei? Qin Shi Huang's mad that I went around teaching people to read and write. That's why we're getting slapped with the Confucian label. Confucians? Confucianism is all about the 5 virtues. Justice, courtesy, wisdom, knowledge, and benevolence. It extols poetry, manners, and entertainment. And Qin Shi Huang, tyrant the emperor is, hates everything about it. Our people live their lives in blissful ignorance. You and your Confucianism have led them astray. Confucianism is a malignant disease, and you are its epicenter. We must cut you out like a tumor, lest you spread further.
Are you truly so terrified of your citizens gaining knowledge, tyrant?
Knowledge leads to doubt. Once people are trapped by such illusions, they inevitably begin comparing themselves to others, and resent the world itself. Without such wicked individual egotism, this world can be a paradise everlasting. It is through ignorance that our people live their lives in peace and health. Okay, hold up. Am I the only one who's also getting a bit of Garden of Eden here? Because we have the tree at the center being him. It's called S.I.N. It is a garden of no strife, right? But in the air flies a giant snake who is he's tempting them, right? There's a little bit of that. Maybe am I the only one? Maybe I'm nuts. And you arrogant Confucians would knowingly go about ruining that. So what, you want to keep your people from learning anything so it's easier to rule them? I shouldn't give 2 shits about that. Confucians run rampant in your world. How long has it ever remained peaceful? Humans who gain knowledge inevitably come to believe they are better than everyone else, which leads only to war, and all that creates is grief and sorrow. That is why such worlds cry out in such agony to create a counterforce in the form of heroic spirits. We shiver just imagining such a hell. Do you disagree? Go on then. Tell us how your world is so wonderful and the way people from all walks of life can share in the mutual bonds of misery. Oh boy. We suppose we could have tricked you out of your shadow border through more cunning means, but our disgust got the better of us. We must obliterate you, and ensure that no trace is left behind. Oh hey, welcome back. It's Xiangyu. Kawaii Zero, we have new orders for you. Destroy every last one of the Confucians.
As you wish.
Hey, Tanner. Should I apologize to you for taking pity on these people? Maybe it wasn't the best move, but it wasn't wrong either. Right, that's exactly the path we've made for ourselves. We own up to our mistakes and do our best to make them right. That means we can compromise and even forgive each other. And that is the one thing this world will never ever have. Okay. So I guess we're battling... him again. I wonder if a certain someone will be here to, like, say, no, don't fight, I want you to survive. Oh, just thinking of certain servants that I know about that are sort of, let's say, you know, coming round. I think I have an idea about who Hinako is, which will be interesting. We'll see if I'm right. Let's just say we've already seen her this part. We'll see. Not in-game, I'll say, but in another place. Okay. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Get big meter gains. Yeet. I mean, by the time this part goes up, I probably will know. There's that much of a delay, and this part seems that short. Okay, let's murderize you. Do some of this. Come on. These guys are real defensive. Okay. Thankfully, this gives us a lot of chance to just get free meter, huh? Don't mind if I do. Alright, let's see if this is enough. Hopefully it is. Because I just realized that that is not a good type matchup, but we'll see how much this does. Oh, it will not, absolutely not kill, huh? Okay. Hey, one more turn for growth. Okay. Well, let's go this time like this to get some extra stars. And finish you off. Okay. Alright, well, let's pop on over and do some damage to you. Okay, so that's a lot of HP you got there, sir. Let's do an attack up. Now he's immune. Is it immune or okay, immune, let's see here. He still gets defense down, which is the important thing. Attack up. Apply ignore invincible, don't really need that. Sea stars, don't really need that. Probably the best bet for damage is just yours here, huh? And pop this on to get Noble Phantasm's strength up. So we're gonna go wait, because this does, yeah, no, we'll do that order. Because yours, we don't need your overcharge. We'll get those there. Alright. Sound glitch again? Really? It's not been that long. Strange. Strange. Yeah, huh. Maybe me running to fix my curtains was too much, I guess. Huh. At least we get to hear that Noble Phantasm music a bit, and wow! 1 break gauge already, huh? How much is gonna do? That's a lot, actually. Wow, wow, that's a lot of damage. Nice. Oh, shoot, cool. Awesome, I'll take it. Battle finished, man. Just needed 1 break gauge. Don't mind if I do. Guess it's just if it's over an hour, huh? Probably over 2 hours, because there was that break in there. So it's over 2 hours of recording, that's when it decides, hey, you can't do that. Well, the good news is, if that's the chapter over there, or rather that over, we'll just yeet that off the side and come on back in. Nice and fast. It's interesting, playing on my phone, just like seeing how it actually runs better on the computer. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but like even stuff like menus, it's like it just runs better on the computer, and it's like, hey, I'm so used to it on here. Okay, so let's go head on back and try again. Or rather, continue on. Whoo, boy. Well, I sure wonder what we're fighting. Well, in that case, I mean, honestly, sticking with some of the same stuff here seems smart. Because even on you, you'll still deal good damage, and then we'll get these two at the back when they're needed for him, right? And in fact, you know what? Let's switch you actually over to Gil, and then just switch this down to a 9, and that should be enough, right? Yeah. So let's get you like Double Phantasm gain and strength, nah. Gauge up, nah. Quicken Buster, and Noble Phantasm. Again, this actually would be good on, actually, you know what? Let's give that to you. Let's try that on you, huh? Let's try the Girl of the Flowers with you, because getting that constant healing seems ridiculously good. Especially in the first couple rounds there. So we'll try that. And then we'll replace you with, Emiya? Okay, sure. Let's give this a go. Feel like we got this. Man, this thing's seriously tough. Our attacks aren't even phasing him. How strange, this strength is not due to hardware differences. Now I see what's going on. He's reading our moves before we can make them. Well, not even my old man's intuition is as much of a pain in the ass. I'm sure. This is no ordinary skill of reading one's opponents. It's close to precognition. I calculate that your destruction is inevitable. Resign yourselves, barbarians. Bullshit. You really see the future. You know there's no way in hell that we'd ever give up without a fight. Indeed, that is why I predict you will soon face further hardships. Whoa, what now? Allow me to assist you, Lord Xiangyu. Prince of Lanling? Akuda, you're here too? This time, Mash and Tanner, I will kill you both. Oh? Here we thought you would be sulking. Yet it seems you have come to serve us once again, Akuda Hinako. Now that you understand the threat Kaldi opposes your Imperial Majesty, I am happy to follow your orders. Ah, now we see. You are determined not to let Xiangyu fight alone. How inconsiderate of us. Very well, have at it. But be warned, there is little time left. Do not bother killing them. All you need to do is hobble them. Yes, good point. Understood. Ah, shit, these guys working together is the last thing we needed. And we can't afford to take our time with them. We'll never catch up to the Shadow Border. I sure hope there's no time limit being added. Sure hope they don't do that gimmick that I've been talking about since day one, that I'm terrified of them adding in, because it means that we have horrible, horrible time limits to deal with. We'll have to see. I don't see anything saying it's here, so let's hope. Okay, again, let's start with... These guys actually have very low HP, so it's a good idea to just get as much meter as we can with all of you, huh? So at least we can break his break gauge, like, almost instantly if we get them all up, you know? Okay, so the max HP up comes after, okay. Because that actually can change some stuff. Not a ton, but it definitely can change some stuff. Okay, start getting these. You're almost at 100. Oh, wow, so close. Oof. Okay. Let's go like this. Okay. You're at 100. Oh, so close, huh? So we won't get it the first turn, it seems. We'll get it the second turn. Darn it. Oh, never mind. We got more of you guys? Okay, well then, shoot. In that case, let's just quickly, like, kill all of you as much as we can. So that we can get to the actual battle. I didn't see that there was another one that'd be with them. Nice, okay. Okay, so we should be good if Abby gets hit, which she did. Good. Okay, and, just finish them off for sure. So we'll do this. Okay. Alright. Alright. He only has that much, so it won't be that bad, actually. Okay, so alright. So let's go. Oh, what's she doing? Nothing. Okay. Again, she's missing a seal, which makes me... I mean, after last time, we know there's story implications to that. Interesting. One got each, you know? So actually, honestly, I kind of don't want to use all of them at once. Nah, it's... Well, yeah, no, we'll use it. That's fine. Because honestly, it's for the best amount of damage. Especially on Landling there. Because you have a poor type matchup. So, let's actually not use that, though. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Because then we'll hurt Landling for a decent amount, even if it's a poor type matchup. Okay. So we got that, and that's alright, because then we'll use this to also hurt Landling, even if it's not worth the most. That's fine. Yeah, it's decent. It's decent. Not as much as I would have liked, honestly. Recalculation, remove debuff. Well, oh? Okay, huh. Interesting. Oh, that's annoying. Focus. You can't focus and do that. That's my job. I do that. Well, here's the good news. We have that with you, but it doesn't matter because we don't have that with you. Okay. Yeah, let's decrease your charge and also take that going. Okay, well, darn it. I was really hoping that we'd be able to, you know, use our one that goes through invincible, but at least it's only the 2 here. Okay. 3,000 some HP, jeez. Okay. Terror struck, finally, that's good. Okay. Pop this on. Also, you're, like, close to dying, so why not? Yeah, whatever, you're close to dying. And let's go 1, 2, 3. God, you were defensive. How many turns does that focus on for, or is it permanent? Evade. 1 more turn, okay. Okay. Pop that on you. Okay, so let's go... Boy, I wish you had your, your one that hurts sabers more here. Okay. Ah, Ripperoni. Okay. Well. Our best bet is just to get as much meter as we can, and then next turn we're gonna have to power through some supers, you know. Well, the good news is we can use Gilgamesh's super with level 2, so that should be good. Well, if you hit Abby one more time, please. No, okay. Whoa, shoot. Okay, well, I can't buff that anymore, but that's okay. Okay. We'll do this. And I am going to actually pop an evade on you as well. Because Gil's gonna super die, so hey, that's fine. I'm not gonna get rid of that on you. I'm gonna go... Do we have any... Nope. Okay, let's go 1, 2, 3. Yep, let's try this. Nice thing is, both of those will also hit Xiangyu. Okay, not bad, not bad. Because they're both labeled as... Or they're not both labeled as servants. Is Xiangyu not labeled as a servant? Let's see. He's not. He's regular. Huh. Interesting. Dance of the Black Tortoise. Attack down. Okay. This is gonna suck. I think she got through it. Oh my god, just barely though. Just barely. I hope we learn why your face is so accursed, apparently. Okay, well. Ohio, Emya. Okay, well. Let's absorb those. Oh, free hundo, huh? Not bad. Nice. Didn't even know we'd get that. Cool. Sick. Let's go 1. Should we do a full combo with Emiya? Probably. It's probably their best bet. Because she'll get hers in a sec there. And Protea's gonna die, so... Alright, here we go. Nice. Good damage, even without. Wish that crit. And you're done. Great Vigor, charge gain. Hey, you got yours, though I don't want to use it. Hey, we have Mash, right. Okay, good. Pop a Fear. I don't want to use yours just yet, though. Okay, and we're gonna go... You know what? If we do this, I think you'll survive. Plus, we can get you a bunch of meter to hopefully be able to then pair it up. Let's see here. Come on, baby. That did not do as much as I wanted. At all. Okay, quick buster crit. Okay. Let's get rid of some of your meter. Okay. Yeah. Let's hold off. Because I think it's a good idea to not do that. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, but I want to hit him. That's fine. We'll see how this goes. I think getting rid of Landling is a good idea. Okay, a match, you still don't have yours. Like, what? Oh, probably because I should have put this on. Okay, well. Let's do enough damage to you to hopefully get Emiya's also. We'll see here. Okay. Are we going to have a final phase? Okay, adjustment. Don't kill Emiya. Don't kill Emiya. Oh, you killed him. Oh, no. Okay. Who? Let's go 1, 2, 3. Ah, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be real close. Those buff get rid of is gonna be good. Nice, that's a lot of damage. I saw 50 in there as one of many hits. Yeah. Come on, let's get that crit. Nice. Okay, we just have to have Emiya survive this and he's got it. But that evade sucks. Hopefully it's 1. Hopefully it's 1. Oh, Noble Phantasm loss. Shoot. Come on. Okay. Aw, shoot. Well, we can kill him. Wait, how many is it? 1 turn! I hate it. I hate it so much. We're so close. We're so close. And yet it's not gonna happen. Dang. Because it's nothing I do will hit him. I got no sure hit, you know? Like, his thing's gonna hit him. Well, maybe Abigail will survive, but even still, I highly doubt it. Ah, we came so close. Darn it. Alright. No, I'm gonna do this again. I got this. I got this, I feel.
I am the born of my sleep. I'll lay watch.
Alright, there we go. Only took another second try. I did pop a command seal on Emiya just to get his Noble Phantasm off, and boy geez, did that help. Did that go much better that time? Yeah. It's a tough fight. It's actually a pretty tough fight. Especially once they both decide to do evade, plus invincible, plus target focus. Hurry, get as far away as you can while Quad EG0 keeps the enemy busy. Yes, ma'am. must say, it's humiliating to find our hands so firmly tied. I was gonna say, where are these two? Well, what can you do? Advanced as it might be, the Shadow Border is still basically a car with a bunch of tires. We can't stop them from towing it. I suppose we should be content with the fact that Neza was able to escape. It's fortunate for us they are apparently completely ignorant of the Spirit Origin Graph's importance. Whatever you might be up to, don't bother. Try anything funny and I'll cut you down where you stand. And here I thought you were a proud warrior. I'm disappointed to see you resorting to underhanded deception and skullduggery. I like that word. Say what you want, Confucian. Your words are no more than wind to me. Now that I know you're Confucians, I also know better than to trust anything that comes out of your mouths. We're not Confucians. I don't know what you call it in your world, but here, anyone who tries to enlighten our people is a Confucian. Oh, come on. What good could there possibly be in giving people knowledge? Making them read books that only confuse, deceive, delude, cause them to lose sight of what they're meant to be? You do the devil's work. Well, there's... So again, every now and then you go to one of these places and you're like, hey, this ain't such a bad alternate lifestyle, and then you get the truth and it's like, oh, never mind, it is. It's rough. You rebels should be ashamed of yourselves. Sprouting ideas you don't really believe in, agitating people merely to further your own ambitions. I can't stand people like you. We don't actually have any ambitions like that, though. We just shared some things we knew while we were making conversation. Then you did it on a lark? That's even worse. You have no idea what will happen to the people you've tainted with your Confucianism. What was that? Tainted, huh? Enough. It is time all of you leave at once. But we still have yet to kill the Chaldeans. We will not punish you for your incompetence in failing to kill them. You need merely wait for your next opportunity. Now go, or you will be caught up in it. In what? What? Caught up in what? Let's go, Prince of Lanling. You too, Lord Xiangyu. Very well. As you wish. Stomps off. What the hell? Why they all run off like that?
I don't like this. The oppressor is up to something.
Reviewing communications. There is little time left, I wonder. There's only one reason for the Emperor to order a retreat now. Huwang is about to unleash an indiscriminate attack. I bet it'll wipe out the entire area. Very good. Since you have figured out this much, we shall tell you what is about to happen. We have just released a payload from our Great Wall and altered its trajectory. It will strike your location in approximately 3 minutes. Are you freaking nuts, you overgrown tin can? You really kill your own people just to get us? Do not think so much of yourselves. You have it quite backward. We only ordered our soldiers to cripple you, in order that you will be caught up in the blast radius as an added bonus of sorts. You did this explicitly to destroy this village? It is what must be done to rid our land of Confucianism. Now that enlightenment has begun to spread among the people here, we have no choice but to nip it in the bud.
Accursed tyrant! Have you so little regard for the lives of your own citizens?
Silence! This land is our flesh, its people is our blood. You could never understand the pain such action causes us. But now that it has been infected with Confucianism, we have no choice but to carve out the piece of our flesh before the poison spreads. So this is Qin Huwang. Flee if you wish, but it is too late for the people of this village. Once you have turned tail and fled, be our guest to turn back and witness the destruction your Confucianism has wrought. Damn it, this bastard's crazier than I thought. Never expected murdering the Empire's own citizens to be more important than killing us. Oh, that's a payload, huh? There it is now. It's so massive. When it hits, I don't think anything will be left of this area. What is that? An evil star. Most glorious and majestic heavenly emperor must be furious. So the rumors about stars falling on villages that reject the emperor blessings were true? This can't be happening. Why would heavenly emperor be so furious? Was it wrong of us to recite poems? Was it wrong of us to try to go to the capital?
No, none of you did anything wrong. You followed your dreams in search of freedom as anyone would. I see, now I understand. So this is why I was summoned to this land. It was also I could strike back against this great oppression.
Spartacus?
Tanner, you have yet to become an oppressor. That's good. Now it's time for you to demonstrate your authority.
What do you want me to do?
Use a command spell on me. Use it and say only one word. Jump.
Now I get it. crying warmonger. What'd you just say? We'd normally have no way to defend against or destroy something as utterly destructive as a meteor strike. But Spartacus's noble phantasm changes to match what he's up against. The more powerful the attack, the stronger his resulting counterattack will be. If he can do that in the air before the meteor has a chance to strike, he just might be able to destroy it before it hits the ground. Oh, wait a damn minute. Are you suggesting you fly up there and let that thing hit him?
Not to worry. Such tremendous adversity is perfect for showing off the strength of my rebellion.
You can't. That'll completely annihilate your spirit origin.
We won't know until I've tried. Regardless, there's no time to debate the matter. We don't have long before that wicked star arrives.
Senpai? Jump, Spartacus. Fitting that I used one in battle.
I feel it. I can feel the power of our bond flowing within me.
He really jumped. That's no ordinary leap. He's being propelled by a truly massive eruption of magical energy. Oh my god.
Now is the time for my legs to rebel against gravity.
Oh my god, frick.
Humans, open your eyes and turn your gaze upwards. The sleep is the pinnacle of liberation. It's a rational act that will triumph over this adversity. The wings of freedom! If the star means to oppress the sky itself, then I too shall become a star. A rebellious morning star that lights the world below! Brah!
He really did take it head on? No. Damn it, why'd he crash right into it? He could have deflected it or something so he wouldn't get hurt. Or so he wouldn't. No, he was prepared for this. For his noble phantasm to be at its most powerful, he would need to be at his most gravely injured. He's gonna bubble up into a big bubble monster like an Apocrypha.
His pain is honor. His pain is life. I can feel my love about to explode. War cry overload.
This can't be right. Where'd these people get a surf-to-air weapon? No, they have no such weapon. This must be the work of one of their heroic spirits. Remember this sight well, Han Xin. This is the true face of our army's new enemy. You know, after a rash, I guess they're gonna give big dumb moments to every low rarity servant, huh? Just all these trash mob servants getting their big moments in. Incredible, the entire mass is completely evaporating. It really did it. Where is he now? There, I can see him falling back down. That big dumbass. Oh, did he, like, survive? Well, at least enough that his spirit origin will probably be fine, right?
Oh, hello, rebellious knight. Did you catch me in those twiggy arms of yours?
Cut the crap. All the people you stirred up like a jackass were watching you, you know. Can't you just smash face first into the ground, lunkhead? You can't just smash face first. You're supposed to at least land on your feet. Well, you shouldn't be falling at all. You're supposed to land properly no matter what. That's just what you gotta do, alright? These wounds are... Yes, I'm afraid Spartacus's spirit origin isn't gonna last much longer.
Your words cut deep in the deep, Knight of Camelot. I should expect as much from the manliest man of the Knights of the Round Table.
You calling a man ain't freaking fair saying shit like that at a time like this. You're all beat to hell. Nowhere left for me to even punch you.
Go ahead. I'm sure your punch would feel most pleasant.
Are you gonna die, Spartacus?
Of course not. Spartacus will never truly die. Not as long as you keep the light of rebellion alive within your heart. That is all I ask, my friends.
Dang, they gave Spartacus a big dumb moment. Nice. Spartacus, I can't believe he did all that to save us. I'm not gonna cry, I mustn't. Spartacus, he never stopped smiling no matter how much he hurt. Kid, I'm gonna get strong enough that I can smile through anything too, so I can be somebody else's Spartacus one day. As long as I, and whoever comes after me, keeps smiling, Spartacus will always live on. Now I get it. This is real rebellion. Something is wrong with the spirit origin graph. It's hot, very hot. What? Don't tell me it's broken. No, it's not that. It's reacting to the ley line. But I thought that didn't work in this Lostbelt. That's it. There's prayer here now. Hope has finally blossomed in the people's hearts, connecting the world to the throne of heroes. Yes, this land is no longer cut off from the throne of heroes. Heroic spirits have heard the wishes of the people lacking their own voice and are about to pay them a visit. Oh my god, I hope it's who I think it is. Chen Gong, huh? Hold up. Hold the frick up. Why do you look like Ranny? Uh-oh. This air smells familiar, and I think I recognize those far-off mountains as well. It would seem we've been invited to our homeland, although something seems off. I don't see a single sign of war anywhere, nor do I see anything resembling a master. I suppose this means we've gone rogue, so to speak.
Yes! Pity. I was looking forward to that whole spiel you get to do when you first met your master.
Well now, where do I even begin? Why do you look like that?
What do you mean? How else would Lu Bu Fen Xiang look?
What?
What other heroic spirit could possibly be fit to be summoned alongside the great Shen Gong than Lu Bu, the Flying General?
But you're obviously red hair.
Lu Bu is a man among men, and red hair a horse among horses. Everyone knows we were inseparable during our adventures. I'm what they call an innocent monster.
Oh look, a carrot.
Nay, a yummy carrot, where?
I knew it, you are red hair.
Nonsense, I'm Lu Bu.
I'm not the only one who sees him looking like Ranny over there, huh?
I think we met Chen Gong earlier, and someone told me about him. I think he's like a low, I think he's like a 2-star servant or a 1-star servant or something. But you need to beat this to get him. But like, interesting. Well, we'll continue this next time, guys. We got to see the big heroic sacrifice of Spartacus here, and next time we'll be moving on to continue with the story. So we'll see you then for that, guys. Ciao.